There's 27.
Okay, sorry, we understand we had some technical difficulties. Our producers have put everything back together. The great crew that we have. So we were talking about who you thought your team was going to pick. I thought the Serial Killers. And
I have a feeling, but I don't know. I think they're leaning towards picking Insane based on 6-game losing streak.
Yeah, you would pick against a team 9-5.
Right. It's hard.
How are you going to pick the team? That's
On the other hand, you go with you go with who you think.
Now, how'd you do against these teams during the season?
We beat Serial Killers once in week 1. We only played them once, and it was very early in the year. And then we beat Insane yesterday twice, but they didn't have Morabia because he was sick as a dog.
Okay.
And so we're 3-0 against those two teams.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
if
you just beat him twice. Why wouldn't you play him again?
Because you have Morabia is going to play in the playoffs. That team in the playoffs is going to.
there are a lot of veterans and seasoned guys. I mean, listen, you do have a rookie pitcher there that's never played in the YMSL pressure packed playoffs scenario. So you got to keep in mind it's not Azer over there. So that's another thing that they should consider.
Right.
But nonetheless, if they do pick Serial Killers, no doubt I feel that the Rippin' and Grippett's going to pick Insane.
Yeah.
And which leaves us, I think, with the best matchup of all is going to be Winning versus Unfinished Business.
Right. The 5-6.
Two longtime rivals, Maurice Haber and Jeffrey Sacker, are going to be going at it.
Right.
And Azer and
Stevie Azer and Jeffrey Sacker.
That's going to be great. Coming in red hot with 4 games in a row. So that's going to be a great matchup. We had a line, first phone call coming in. Is he on the line?
Yeah. No.
Oh, I believe he got disconnected. Somebody brought up an interesting point today. They asked me, how did the Brooklyn guys fare in the league this year? And let me throw out some names at you. Let's see if you can figure out what they all have in common. Joe Safarati.
I know what they have in common.
Daniel Towell.
Yeah.
David Farka.
Yeah.
Stephen Gindi.
Cheesehead.
4 guys already.
Ike Mavora.
5 guys not in the playoffs.
Jimmy Malak.
6. Those are all any Brooklyn guys in the playoffs?
Maybe Salim Levy out of the top.
Only guy. And that's
guys, yeah. Is that an amazing stat?
That's an amazing stat. That's an amazing stat. I knew there was a reason why we didn't make the playoffs.
Alright.
I mean, to their discredit, they did get drafted as cheeseheads, many of those guys, and it's not their fault where they got drafted. But listen, when you come from the Grapefruit League to the National League, or the Cactus League to the American League, that there's definitely an adjustment that needs to be made.
Yeah.
And I'm sure many of these guys will make that adjustment going forward.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some of the big names, I would say 6 out of the 8 big names, so it's something to keep in mind.
Right.
We're having some problems with our phones.
Oh, there we go.
Albert now on line 1.
All right. Albert from Brooklyn, you're on the air.
Hey guys.
What's going on?
How are you?
Hey, how y'all doing? I want to just say something. A thank you to Bobby, the commissioner. You did an unbelievable job. It was a great year.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed my rookie campaign.
Thank you.
And you made that, like I said, you made that clear with all rookies here. I'm just a little, surprised that a big segment of the show was dedicated to the Cheesehead Meltdown. I really don't know why, after such good, streaks going on this weekend, why we're focusing so much on the losing.
Well, first of all, there is a big following in Cheesehead Nation, and a lot of them are upset, and with that, a lot of the calls coming in. But mercifully, we won't have to have any more of that going forward.
It's also the end of that, so we just give it its due.
It's about saying goodbye to the Cheesehead.
That's right.
Right.
Albert, let's talk a little about your team. First of all, a big home run yesterday, measured at 381 feet. You played outstanding defense. Your team really came together the last 4 games.
Yeah. I mean, really, you could say, the Griffith game really got us thinking. We thought our season was over, and then we walked right into the Sabon game with our heads down. And then when we just reached the point where we just said, if we don't win, we just suck. Let's just try to win, and then we just started winning. We beat Insane, and when we beat Insane, they were a 7 team. They weren't really, 7-7.
Right.
And then we faced them again, 7-4, and we beat them again. And they're a great team. We don't know how good we are, but we know we have Jeffrey Sacker, who hasn't been hit in the last 6 games. You said 80 Sacker's ERA was like minute. So is Jeffrey. He's been unhittable, throwing off
Right.
he really got us to the postseason. And the bats are coming along. We fixed our defensive issues. We got Chucky over reliable at second base, making all the plays. And we're really excited for the postseason. Whoever we face, it's going to be a challenge. There's some good pitchers out there, but we're ready to take it on.
I think you're right, Al. Everyone's saying Griffin and Rippett's the hottest team. You guys are just as hot, and I don't think anybody in their right minds that has a choice to pick a team would consider picking your team at this point.
So we won 4, but you know Jeffrey's hot, and I think that's going to continue. That's not going to change. So I don't think people want to play Jeffrey, even if the team around him is terrible. The guy's, he's got the stuff. So. I mean, we don't know what we are. We hit yesterday, but we played Tiger Blood. They you know, we don't know what we can do yet. We hit, it's good. We started moving the runners over. When at the beginning of the season, we were just leaving them stranded at first or second. We started getting those 1 and 2 run innings that just build on the numbers. But if we could go into the playoffs and do the same things we did this last 4 games, then I don't know. We can make a run at it. I'd like to. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, definitely would. I mean, I still picked you before the season started. I'm still going to hold on to that pick. And, you know, you guys, the way we're figuring it, you're probably going to go up against Unfinished Business, which should be an outstanding series.
Yeah, Stevie Azer, we faced him in the first game without Saka. So, you know, we lost that game 12-8.
Oh, not much of a
without
pitcher.
Saka, game 1, opening day.
Oh, wow. All right, so that's a lifetime ago, and I'm sure the results are going to be much. The scoring, I think, will definitely be much lower this time. I think we seem to lost the call. Thank you, Albert from Brooklyn. All right.
I think winning's biggest challenge is their defense. They have some positions where they're fabulous in. Obviously, Jacobati and center, you got no problem there. But there are a couple of positions in the infield and the outfield where it's not 100%. You know.
Yeah, their right side of their field was not good against us, but Chucky wasn't there. Chucky was actually pitching and then catching.
Right.
They actually made a move, which I think has really benefited their team. Well, Albert Jemal, we should mention, is playing outstanding left field. They took Benji Martyr, who was struggling in second base, and put him in right field.
Okay.
Because Nathan Matute was struggling in the outfield, they put him as DH. Martyr's been playing very good at right field.
And Chucky took over
And Chucky's
second.
been playing second base.
Okay.
I mean, you have Chucky and Labo on the right side. I mean, there's not much speed on that side as far as, you know,
range.
Coverage and range. But, all right. We're waiting the press conference. I think they're waiting for, they're going to be starting soon to announce the picks. So once we get the word, we'll move over to the podium.
But yeah, you're right, Bob. I think they've used 3 or 4 different right fielders, this team, including my brother Joseph, who I thought did a good job there. And
He's not playing right for them?
He's catching.
They put
for them.
Martyr there.
They put Martyr in right.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I don't know. I don't know how much he's been tested or if he's played right field in the past. Maybe he's been an outfielder before. I don't know. But I think in the playoffs, everyone will be tested, and we'll see. You know, we'll see how everybody steps up. We're getting word, Bob.
Okay.
Are they ready for the press conference?
Yeah, I think the pick is coming down from the alley-oop.
So right after our commercial break, we're gonna go and start the press conference and hear everybody's picks. Should be exciting.